What I'd like to do in this video tutorial is just look at how the goals that the students are setting themselves through ProPortal can be used to link into the medium-term targets that we're setting for them. During the first 2 weeks in induction, most students should have completed these sections within ProPortal. They should have set their goals, strengths and development, attendance and punctuality will be recorded, plans after the course, and from that information we can generate some smart targets. This student is a carpenter and joinery level 1 student who's identified that her real long-term goal in 5 years' time is to be a self-employed subcontractor. She's also identified that to start that process she obviously needs to complete this course and then progress onto a carpenter and joinery level 2 course next year. She has said that attendance in the past has been fairly poor, so that's some kind of information that we can use to set targets if we need to. She also identifies that measuring and estimating are poor skills that she has, her timekeeping is not particularly brilliant, and that she needs to pass a driving test in order to get to be a subcontractor with a van of her own. From these goals, they will also complete strengths and development, and the interesting information can generally be found in these possible problems. This student has identified that she cracks under pressure and she's not very confident. So again, when we're looking at setting wider medium-term targets, we can use this information as well. What we've done with this student is we've set the tutorials, the entitlement that they have. She's already had a right course tutorial, that's set as complete. But what I'd like to do is I'd like to look at the tutorial that she had on the 14th of October. In this tutorial we had a discussion around how she was going. Now her mum's ill, and one of the reasons that she had poor attendance in the past was a need to look after her mum, but she seems to be managing at the moment around that. However, her attendance has fallen because her mum was ill last week. She's also identified that she's halfway through the health and safety unit, and she's partially completed the hand tools and preparing basic joint units as well. So there's work still to be done on those. So from this information and this information that we found in the goals of my strengths and development, we started to set some targets, medium-term targets, to address those issues. So we've set these 6. So the first one is to do with her attendance. The target is to attend all classes on time every week between now and the next review. However, if her mum's ill and we've got to be realistic, she's identified that she'll phone her tutor and see if she can come into other classes that week. If it's a practical, or if it's a theory session, she can get the work sent home. So there's a strategy to follow that up. As far as the vocational units go, the pass mark for the health and safety unit is only 40%, but Tammy's been working particularly well and can easily achieve 80%. So her target is to achieve 80% of the written questions, 80% of the online exam, and have one written risk assessment by the next review. If we look further at the vocational work, she needs to practice producing high quality joints, simple mortise and tenon and a volo mortise and tenon joints to specifications within a 1/2 mil tolerance. She also needs to practice sharpening her tenon saw once a month and making measurements more accurate in each practical. So again, there's a medium-term target, but milestones that they need to achieve to work towards those. With regards to her confidence, we've asked Tammy to produce a high quality PowerPoint and give a presentation to the class on making a door and window by the 21st of November. In order to meet that target, she's going to need to see her ICT tutor next Thursday and see how to add animations. Once she's done that, she can get it approved by a tutor by October half term and have a couple of practice runs presenting it the first week of November. With regards to her English, she needs to pass a speaking and listening discussion assessment, but before that she'll need to refer to and work through the BKSB booklets on the use of grammar in speaking by October half term. So another milestone in order to achieve that medium term target. And finally, the maths target is to complete a maths project, but within that we've not set this one for the next review but the review after that, because there's plenty of things to actually get her teeth into. She needs to work through the BKS booklets on addition, on subtraction, on multiplication and division. So we've set little milestones for Tammy to achieve those so that by January she's comfortable with enough to complete those fundamentals. So you can see from this that through the series of reviews that are set up, through the information that's in the strengths and development, and the goals that the students have set, we can set medium-term targets for them to achieve. We just then need to monitor those and see how they're going. Thanks for listening to this tutorial. I hope you found it useful.